Hi, today I'd like to present an open educational resource that shows teachers and student teachers how they can create their own teaching materials using web-based corpus tools. This is the web-based version of the ebook. This is the home page, and when you scroll down you find the table of contents. There are 16 chapters with lesson ideas, tasks, worksheets, and step-by-step guides explaining how to create these lessons using web-based corpus tools. Here you find information about the license. So this is an open educational resource published under a CC by non-commercial license, which means that anyone is free to use it, to adapt it, to copy it for non-commercial purposes. And then here you have further metadata about the ebook with a list of all the contributing authors. If we return to the table of content, you'll see that the book starts with a brief section explaining how to use the book. You can click on a chapter title and then reach the chapter immediately. Here we have another outline of the book and further information. You can navigate to the next chapter using this button at the bottom right of the page, and so this brings us in this case to the list of corpus tools used in the ebook. And so you can see that some chapters rely on englishcorpora.org and on various corpora available on that platform. Some chapters rely on Sketch Engine, and one chapter also gives detailed instructions to create your own corpus on Sketch Engine with your own documents. And we have one chapter that relies on both Sketch Engine and Scale. We can scroll back up using this button, and the bar on the left hand side also gives a summary of the table of content. More information about the project can be found in this chapter. So this ebook was created as part of 3 seminar projects that I led at Osnabrück University. And details of these seminars and of the content and some of the challenges that occurred can be found in this brief introduction to the project. The chapters contributed by the student authors are subdivided into 4 parts. The first part provides ideas for primary and lower secondary school. The second part for secondary school, upper secondary school level, and then there is a section with lesson ideas for content and language integrated learning at secondary school, for instance in bilingual schools, and then there's a final section on vocational education and English for specific purposes. Each chapter is then subdivided into a number of sections, and you can navigate to those immediately if you want. If we have a look, for instance, at this first chapter for primary school, we'll see that the students outline the objectives of the lesson, and the step-by-step guide in each chapter provides really detailed instruction to create teaching materials, and all of these screenshots can be enlarged by clicking on them. In addition, many of the chapters include worksheets that you can download as PDFs. So for instance, here we have detailed instructions on how to create a worksheet, and the worksheet example can be found here as an image, and if you click on the image, it opens a new tab with a PDF version of the worksheet that can be printed out as ready to use. This first chapter is an example of a chapter that relies on teacher corpus interaction only. There are, however, many other chapters in which the students work with corpus data directly, either in the form of worksheets or, as in this example, using corpus tools directly with their own devices. Chapters 10, 13 and 14 rely on the creation of virtual corpora. Those are subcorpora of existing corpora on the english-corpora.org platform. And chapter 15 shows teachers how to create their own corpus using their own documents, which they may have found on the internet or from some other source. Finally, there is an appendix to the ebook which is essentially a list of tools and corpora that are available either online or free offline tools. I've also provided a list of additional resources that teachers and learners might be interested in checking out if they want to find out more about using corpora for foreign language teaching and learning. And there's also a short list of books that have teachers, learners, and student teachers as their target readership. If you think anything's missing from the list, then please do let me know. I'll be very happy to add your suggestions to the list. At the bottom of the how to use this book, you'll find also how to cite the resource. And here at the bottom, you'll find my email address. And please do get in touch if you are using the book or if you'd like to add to it, if you have any suggestions. Those are all very welcome. Finally, I just want to thank all of the students that have taken part in these project seminars at Osnabrück University. In particular, of course, I'd like to thank the contributing authors, as well as Tatiana Winter, who in her capacity as a student research assistant at the Department of English and American Studies at Osnabrück University, has worked very hard to proofread and to format the chapters on Pressbooks. I'd also like to thank my supervisor, Dirk Siedmann, because this project would not have been possible without his support. Thank you very much for your attention, and I very much look forward to hearing how you're using the resource, how your students are maybe using the resource, and please do get in touch if you have any suggestions, if you find typos, dead links, if you'd like to add to the resource, to adapt it in any way. I very much look forward to hearing from you.